at some point I was like looking around the table and I was like, every person here I met through pickleball or like friends of people who play pickleball with me. And like, these are my best friends now. And I was like,
Mhm.
that is incredible that my friend group is purely from the courts. And like, they're like my properly best friends, the people that I like tell everything to and talk to
Yeah.
and see every day.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Pickle Me This. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like so you'll be notified when new episodes drop every Saturday morning. You definitely don't want to miss them. Also, your support helps other pickleball enthusiasts find us too. Everyone has a story. Welcome to Pickle Me This, and I'm your host, Deirdre. And today we have a guest whose pickleball story starts in a really human place heartbreak, starting over, and needing to find her people. What she found on the courts not only rebuilt her social life and her confidence, but sparked a whole new career. She's the CEO and co founder of Pickle Match, an app helping pickleball players find each other and, yes, sometimes even date each other. Welcome to the show, Anneliese.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
I'm so excited to chat with you. I was just telling her before we hit record that I love talking about to people about pickleball, but it's kind of cool that you're also in software. So, wow, I'm
We
excited.
can geek out.
Yes, we can totally geek out. So, I like to start with this question all the time. Before pickleball entered your life, like what was just going on in your life before pickleball?
So I went through a big life transition before pickleball. I was living in London, big I had a big corporate job. I was at Uber running growth there. And then I was also in a long-term relationship. I was in like almost a decade-long relationship. And so my life was very much, revolved around work. I worked all the time. I had like pretty limited hobbies outside of, like, going for dinners with, our friends and my ex. And then when me and, my ex ended things, I decided to move back to the States because that's where I'm from, Colorado. And I came here and I kinda knew I wanted to start my own thing, and so I gave myself time to explore what I wanted to do. I also started another company that's more in the marketing space. And then I realized like I didn't really have any friends here. I grew up here, but I have family here, but I didn't have like a lot of close friends. So
Yeah.
I really needed to build a whole new community and friend group. And so I started pickleball as like one of many experiments I picked up to meet people. And kind of the rest is history. I did take some time to get into it because I was like pretty bad right away, but I was so drawn to the community and how welcoming people were and how easy it was to just have plans consistently in your diary when you were like playing. So yeah, kept me coming back.
I love it. And I love that you said diary. You can tell you moved away for a little while.
I still have some of those like UK-isms in there.
Yeah. Um, so pickleball was like the one of the things that you started as a way to meet people. What was that very first time on the court like?
So I did a learn to play session, which is basically like a coach comes and tells you the rules of pickleball and lets you play for 2 hours. After that, I genuinely didn't really know like what it was going to be like because I don't think I really fully was good enough to play like a game by myself. And at the end, the coach was like, "Okay, you guys are probably like good enough to like play beginner pickleball together, so maybe exchange numbers." Um, and luckily, the group that I learned with, there was like a few people that I think were in similar life stages and that they were really trying to build community and like find new groups to hang out with and new social situations. So everyone kind of had the same intentions of like, I want to have more community and more activities with people that I can connect with. So everyone was really like keen to exchange numbers. we got a little group going where we could like meet up again and play our very, very beginner pickleball. And then I lived or I still live next to this lake that has gorgeous outdoor pickleball courts. And so at some point I
Nice.
got enough confidence to just like walk up and I had my paddle and I was like, would you guys like want to hit with me? And it was a super nice couple was there that day, no one else. And they were just like playing, they were just drilling by themselves and they like let me come and drill with them. Um, and I'm still friends with them to this day too. And then they got me in like the WhatsApp for that court and I started showing up. And in the beginning I was like quite bad, but I was very open to feedback. And
People are quite bad in the very beginning.
I think like I have also just like a particularly nice group of friends and community near me. Like where I live, the people are so welcoming and they were so encouraging and like they didn't make it feel like a burden to play with me at all. Like they were super open to having me in games. And now like in retrospect, I've gotten a bit better. I'm like, wow, I was pretty bad. So they're all saints for including me.
I think a lot of people in pickleball are opening and in that regard because we all started somewhere.
Yeah.
Like everybody just wants everybody to come in and enjoy what they've enjoyed for so long and to have fun. So I think most people, there are some that probably aren't so welcoming and including, but I
100%.
yeah, and I love that for you that they were so nice, right? And made you keep coming back. So what did keep you coming back?
Well, definitely like the community and the friends. I think it was, right before summer that I started. So it was kind of like in the thick of summer. Um, you could go any time of day and find a group of people that was playing because like where I live, everyone's just degenerate and plays pickleball all day. And and I was like, okay, it's at minimum, it's like spending time outside with like fun people. Um I started making friends with people that then, like, wanted to go get drinks afterwards. So I had,
Yeah,
like, a few little crews where we'd like, "Oh, we'll play Saturday mornings, and then we'll do, like, bottomless mimosas afterwards." Or, like,
nice.
we'll do, like, Monday nights, we'll play pickleball, and then we'll do Monday night run club together. So I started, like, getting invited to a bunch more things,
Mhm.
besides just pickleball, and, like, taking the friendships outside of the courts.
Yeah.
And when I first started, like, I would meet people and put them in my name as, like, so and so pickleball. And at some point last year, I was like, I need to stop doing this because everyone in my phone book is so and so pickleball. Like, that's just how I
Yeah.
meet people
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah. It's so funny how long it takes me sometimes. I still have a whole bunch of people with pickleball last name in my phone.
Yeah.
It takes me a while sometimes to even know. Sometimes I never find out what their last name is. So
I know, it's like only when I have 2 of them that I'm like, "Okay, now I need to, like, update your name."
yes, yes, and some of them like don't really extend like beyond the court, so they can stay in there as pickleball. But then once I start
Yeah.
hanging out with you outside of the courts, I wanna know who you are and stuff. So yeah, that's really cool. Um, you mentioned getting out of a decade-long relationship and that the hardest part wasn't losing your partner, it was losing your shared community.
Yeah.
Um, what made you decide that pickleball was going to be that safe place? Or did you not necessarily decide right away, it just organically happened?
It definitely organically happened because I tried a few things where I was like, "Okay, these are, like, hobbies where I could potentially meet people." But I think the thing that really attracted me to pickleball was, like, before pickleball, I was really into running, I was really into biking, and I was, like, excited to be back in Colorado where all those sports are very accessible. But I was like, "Those are such isolated sports," and
Right.
I'm already feeling kinda isolated, and so I was like, "Okay, I at least wanna do something that's, like, active and athletic, but, like, not individualistic." I was also doing, like, yoga. I was basically doing any sport you can do that's, like, not talking to other people. And so I was like, "I need to do something that's, like, more community based." And obviously I knew pickleball was, like, very popular. When I first started, everyone was like, I don't know if that's really your demographic. Like, I don't know if you're gonna meet a bunch of like 60 plus people.
A lot of people think
Um,
it's older, you know?
I know. And honestly, I was like, look, there's probably people of all ages doing it, but at the same time, like I was pleasantly surprised that I did
Mhm,
actually make a lot of friends with 60 plus people and like we're
mhm,
actually good friends. And I made
mhm.
a lot of friends with like 20-year-olds and I'm in like my mid 30s. So I actually think the like multi-generational thing was awesome. It was like a huge unlock that I didn't even really know I was looking for.
Right? Right? I love that multi-generational aspect too. It's funny, last night I had like a 2-hour conversation with somebody from our pickleball community. She's in her 30s. I'm in my 50s. And she's just going through like a hard time in her life. And I'm like, I feel like a pickleball auntie, and like we're really good friends. Like who would have ever thought?
Yeah,
But and when I first started playing, like, 3 years ago, there was definitely more of an older crowd, but not anymore. Our courts, and I play at the community courts, are full. I would say mostly 20-year-olds, 20, like, maybe early 30-year-olds, and it's very dude
totally.
heavy. It's very dude heavy where we are. So it's kinda so if I don't know, if I was a single young woman, I'd be at the pickleball courts for sure.
That's what I tell all my single girlfriends. And I like actually have gotten a lot of single girlfriends to play because they realized it like so much easier to get dates on the pickleball court than anywhere else.
Mhm. Yep. And an easy way to just actually everybody expects everybody to talk to each other. It's a nice way to start sussing people out in a good way,
Yeah. And it's
without
like kind of weirdly the only place you can like I people have such a low barrier to giving each other their number at pickleball. Like
True.
I've never been anywhere where I've seen so many numbers exchanged like, "Oh, we've talked for 5 minutes. Here's my number. Like call me anytime you want to play."
Yes, exactly, right? And there's no like fear of rejection, like approaching somebody, at least in the beginning, because they just think you're here to talk about pickleball. They might, maybe
Yeah.
some are expecting, like hoping for a little bit more, but
Yeah.
it's a nice way to get started for sure.
100%.
Was there any point where you were like, I am never going to get this game or I'm never going to be good enough to play, but I'm just going to keep going anyway?
Honestly, well, I think that's the other, like, secret hack about pickleball and why it's so addictive is I was bad, like, I was not good, and I mean, still to today, I'm like, "Am I ever gonna be good at pickleball?" 'Cause I'll sometimes I still play like I'm a beginner, it's an up and down game, but, like, um but I think everyone has that experience when you first play where it's like, you hit the ball and, like, maybe you make a few good shots and you're like, "Okay, I am not good today, but, like, I could be really good at this game." Like, it
Yeah.
feels very accessible, and I think that's what addicts people is, like, if it the first couple times you play something and you're like, "Okay, like, today, I'm kind of a beginner, but, like, if I put in the work, I think I'm gonna be sick at this." And so it makes you just keep coming back, and then
Mhm.
you get to the level where you thought you were gonna be, and then you realize, "Oh my gosh, there's, like, infinite depth in this game in terms of the strategy and, like, the
Right?
challenge," and, I mean, now, as you said, tons of young people are playing, it's becoming super athletic, like,
Mhm.
I think as you get deeper, you realize actually how much further there is to go, but, like, in the
Yeah.
beginning, it feels very approachable.
It does, right? And I feel like all of us are constantly like trying to get better. I remember when I first started playing too. I don't know about you. I would, when somebody would slam the ball, I was like, oh, this isn't my fault. Like it was just a hard point for me to get. It took me a while to realize that it was because I was popping it up that I gave them the opportunity to slam it. And I was like, oh, you got to stop doing that because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
I mean, that's I think, like, when the game starts to get really fun is when you can think like that of, like, "Oh,
Mhm.
it's not like I have to get really good at, like, digging it out midcourt." It's like, "Okay, why am I midcourt digging it out in the first place?" Like,
Yes.
being able to think, like, a few point or a few, shots before to actually make
Hmm.
sure you're, like, in advantageous positions, like,
Yes.
I think that's where the game starts to get really fun.
Yeah, I agree. Um, Let's talk about your birthday, your last birthday. You had highlighted that that was a very special time for you. Talk about what happened.
Yeah, my last birthday party, we had a really fun, like, pickleball session. Part of Pickle Match is we organize events, and that's been a really good growth lever for us. Like, it's an app, but at the end of the day, like, the way we've gotten the word out in our community is by having these really fun single events. So, like, I have hosted more events in the past year than I ever have in my life before that, like, I am now an event organizer extraordinaire, but, like, my birthday kinda crept up on me, and I was like, I, like, don't wanna put any effort into this at all, because I am, like, just organizing events left, right, and center. So I think it was, like, the week before my birthday that I was like, "Maybe we should do something, like, let's go play pickleball." I texted, like, all you know, my friend groups, my group chats, and I was like, "Well, it's gonna be really casual, we'll meet up." And, it was really well attended, like, a lot of my friends came, like, people, made an effort, made time, people got me gifts, which I didn't expect at all, and at some point, I was, like, looking around the table because we played pickleball, and then afterwards, we, like, got food and drinks, and I was like, "Every person here I met through pickleball or, like, friends of people who play pickleball with me, and, like, these are my best friends now." And I was like,
Mhm.
"That is incredible that
Yeah.
my best friends, like, my friend group is purely from the courts, and, like, they're, like, my properly best friends, the people that I, like, tell everything to and talk to and
Yeah.
see every day."
Yeah. I love that. Right?
It
It's a
was
good feeling. Do you feel like you've had any friends that you've brought into pickleball as well? Like, is there like that side of things too?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think especially my girlfriends, like, I think that, there's 2 buckets of people that I find I bring into pickleball and they, like, love it, is 1, my single girlfriends, like, do love it. They come and they're like, 1, I mean, I'm not to be gendered, but, like, I do think it's easier to be, female and beginner, and especially if you're single and, like, open to dating, people are, like, are more open to playing with you. They're gonna, like,
Yeah.
make you feel good, they'll
Yeah.
invite you and
I'll
whatever.
teach you.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so they like it, they're like, "Oh, it's really fun." It's like, I'm meeting a lot of people. And then my friends who are kind of just, like, settling down, they got a house, they have a husband, whatever, and they're looking like, if things are maybe a little static or they're looking for some way to kinda, like, expand their friend group because their friend group is, like, maybe, like, a lot of people are having kids or becoming less accessible, and so, like, I think especially, again, as a female, when you get into your 30s, 40s, like, your friends start having kids and your female friendships, like, just become
Mhm.
harder to grow and maintain, and so a lot of my friends have gotten into pickleball for that reason. It's like, I need to meet new people that are, like, free on the weekends to hang out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, right? Like making adult friends or making friends as an adult is hard. Is harder than it was as a kid. So,
Totally,
and everybody's at different stages in their lives. So, like, you may have had friends for years, and you have like common interests and common amounts of free time available together, and then all of a sudden your friends groups are at different stages and have less time
totally,
and less
totally,
availability, and you need some
totally.
new people to hang out with. So, yes, it makes complete sense. Um, you mentioned pickleball, uh, your app. So let's talk about what that is and give people a sense for what it is. So what is it? What is it and how did you let's first start with what is it and then we'll talk about how you decided to do it.
Sure. So Pickle Match is a dating app, and the key difference between us and like a Bumble or a Hinder is that your first date is pickleball. So when you connect with someone, you know what the first date is. We help you coordinate it. Like, so we kind of like give prompts to help you coordinate the date. So we're trying to solve for one, dating. I could go off on dating apps. I'm gonna
Me too.
save you from that, but, like, I think dating apps in general nowadays really over filter. So they, I think for both men and women, it's kind of a lookbook of people. It's very superficial, it's very photo based. And then for especially for women, I think it's, like, a lot of filters that are nice to haves, but, like, if you met someone in the wild, you would never think about, like, height, degree of education, hometown. I don't know, just random things that it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's nice to know that about someone, and I would like to know that, but organically through conversation, not necessarily as filters that, like, decide whether or not I even see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think that the dating apps really kind of, like, index on that, and then when you connect, they force you to have these, like, cheesy opening lines and pickup lines and, like, small talk, I'm on other dating apps now, and when I open it, it's just like, I'm having conversations with people I don't even know about stuff I don't even care about, and, like, that's hard to stay engaged in. Whereas, like, with Pickle Match, you connect with people based on the level, age, and interests. So, as long as you share those things, you can see them in your feed, you connect if the connection's mutual. The first prompt is like, "When are you free to play?" And so you don't have to spend a bunch of time thinking of, like, smart pickup lines or whatever. It's like, "Okay, let's, like, play." And then if there's a romantic spark, great. If not, like, we're playing pickleball, so we're gonna have a good time anyways.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's part of a bigger movement of kind of, like, slowing down the relationships and the dating process. I think a lot of times, like, having your first date as, like, a one-to-one, I don't know, drinks or coffee or anything where romance is expected right away is, like, unrealistic for a relationship.
I like that actually a lot, because also too the dating apps, you have to like have these conversations and then sometimes they don't go very far and you don't know what to talk about. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, yeah, where do you meet? Where do you go? Yeah, all of it. Um, yeah, the dating apps are very disheartening for sure. Um, so how did you decide to do it?
So the idea for Pickle Match was, like, definitely a joke. My co-founder, I met him at Pickleball. He's, like, one of my best friends. He's married. He's a married man, so definitely was not for him. And we were just hanging out, and I was, like, looking at Duper, and I was looking at, like, some matches my friends had played, and I was kinda going down the rabbit hole because you can see, like, who they've played against and who
Hmm.
that person's played against. So, like, clicking into all these profiles, and I was like, "Oh, who's this guy? It looks like he, like, knows my friend who's played. Maybe I should ask him to, like, intro me, and I wonder if he's single." And I was like, "This should be a dating app. This is the kinda information I wanna know about the people I'm dating."
Yeah.
And we were just around, like, a bunch of people at our pickleball club, and we said that, and they were like, "I would actually use that. That's a good idea." So, we started by just having a singles party, a singles pickleball party. The party was, like, very well attended. We had 120 people show up, and then we got picked up on the local news. That story then kinda, like, got picked up on national news. We were roasted on Jimmy Kimmel for the app, and so we had just
That's
a bunch of,
cool.
like, interest and PR pickup right away where we were like, "Okay, this is
You
something.
hit on
This
something.
is an
Yeah.
idea." Yeah, this is, like, captured people's imagination,
Mhm.
so we went for it.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
so tell us more about, and maybe it's more for me, like I'd like me and the audience. I'm really curious. So once you got all that interest, right, and you started seeing it, which like you're seeing the need for it. How did you actually get started? Did you start building the app right away? Did you get a bunch of signups? Is it local?
Both.
Is it limited to local first or
So initially, yes, we decided to limit it to Colorado and LA. LA because obviously that's a big place for, like, all the dating app companies, and it's also a big pickleball space. Um, and we started by throwing more parties. So we started organizing these, like, singles parties where basically we rent out a whole venue, and then we get 100 plus singles to come. We organize pickleball speed dating, so it's like mixed doubles rotations. So we did that, and then in parallel we started on the app development, um and got kind of like an MVP live. And the marketing was really that's, like, my background, and it was easy because 'cause I'm super passionate about it, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I'll tell everyone that talks to me about it. So we,
Yeah.
like, ended up growing our sign-up lists and kind of our events side right away, and then the app it was my co-founder's first time with an app. Like he's technical and he built a lot of software before, but it was his first time with like a mobile app. And so
Yeah.
that was a big learning curve for us. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we figured a lot of things out getting it live in the App Store and having like a consumer app that has UGC. Um, all that stuff took time and it was interesting and definitely a big challenge. And then we launched in both app stores in October. And
Wow.
since then, the app has been ready and usable and we have people going on dates.
I love it. So cool. You must
I've
be so
been going on a
proud.
lot of dates from the app, so
Love that even more. Awesome. You must be so proud, right? How cool is that?
it's awesome. I mean, the thing with the moments that have been, like, the most impactful is, like, when I have met someone who's met someone through the app and, like, they're dating and having a good time.
I was
That
gonna
for me
ask
was,
you,
like,
yeah, I was gonna ask you
amazing.
any fun success stories that you've heard so far?
So, there's definitely been event success stories, like, in our last event in LA. I obviously just, like, text everyone that came to our previous event, and I had 3 people tell me, like, "I can't come because I'm now exclusive with someone I met at the event." And so that was super fun. From the app, yeah, I know people that are continuing to date people they met on the app,
Nice.
but no, like, weddings yet.
I know.
That's on my 2026 vision board.
Yes, right? I don't that'd be a true celebration, like the first wedding, you know?
Yes.
But I mean, hey, dating is a big success in itself and like in exclusive relationships, heck yeah. 'Cause it's hard to meet people. It just is, you know? Significant others. It just really is. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's hard to meet people, it's hard to, like, progress relationships nowadays, I think, for sure.
Mhm. So is the app launched can you use it anywhere now or are you still limited?
Yeah, so it's live everywhere. The biggest geos for us are still Colorado and LA. And then we're gonna do more aggressive marketing and launches the rest of the country later this year. We are like a small startup, so we're actively fundraising right now. And once we close our funding, then we'll be able to kind of more aggressively market
Yeah,
everywhere.
I love it. I love it. So cool. Um, all right. So let's go into like your own just like personal, funny, embarrassing moments from the courts. I love when people just share stories of like them playing themselves. What's your most Let's start with the embarrassing one first. Like what's your most embarrassing moment on the courts of you playing?
There's a lot. Um,
For all of us. Yes.
like truly, I think the times I've been the most, like, embarrassed on the court is I play, like, a lot. Like, I play an aggressively large amount of pickleball in a
Like how
week. I'll play
much? Like how
every
much a week?
I play every day. I mean, I do play
Okay.
every day,
Yeah.
and, like, I work at it, I'm like, I am trying to get better. I'll do, like, the ball machine and, like, drill and all that stuff, and for me, the most embarrassing is, like, when I meet someone who's, like especially this happens to me always with, like, my tennis friends, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I've played a couple times, like, remind me of the rules again, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I play every day." And then I'll go to a court and every person knows me, and then I lose against them, and I'm just like, "This is, like this is so humbling."
Like she's here all the time.
Like, yeah, she plays a lot to be the level she's at.
It just takes time, you know? I feel like a lot of us play every day or almost every day. I actually took today off. I played like the past 3 days in a row, and I usually play more, but I had been away for like 2 weeks. I had gone on vacation, and when I came back, the very first day I came back, I was so bad. I can't even tell you. And one of the guys I play with regularly, he says to somebody else came. He played with me first, and then he was switching out and somebody else was coming in. I think I said something like, "I'm not doing well today. I have like rust or something. I don't know. It's like not coming. It's not like riding a bike today. It's been 2 weeks and I'm
Yeah.
just bad." And he's like, "Yeah, she's not doing well today." He even he even confirmed it was really fun. He's like, it'll come. I'm like, I'm glad you have confidence. I don't know.
No, yeah. The other day I was talking to like one of my very good friends and he was like, um, honestly, when I first started playing with you, I was like, I don't think this is your sport. Which I
Brutally
think
honest.
is testament that I've gotten better because otherwise he
It
wouldn't feel
is.
comfortable telling me that. But like, yeah, it was I've been called most improved player. I've had a lot of like backhanded compliments like that.
Oh, that's a good I had like that's funny. That comment's funny. Um, what's your biggest pickleball pet peeve on the courts?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a few, but I
Do
think
it. Do it.
the biggest one is when you go to an open play. I'm talking like you go to a park and you're stacking your paddles. You get on the court and the person, the man that you're playing with either says something around like, "Okay, I'm gonna play left," or "Do you wanna stack?" Or I've even heard, "Okay, ladies to the right." Like, it's fine. I play competitively, and so when I play competitively, of course, like, I don't mind stacking, especially if I know that you are a good left player. But stacking in open play is so ridiculous. I can't even. Also because it's not that easy to execute. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and if you're not a good left player, then why are you stuck on the left?
Yeah. And also too, like you said, open play, it's not like you're gonna be playing regularly with this person, so why bother?
Yeah, and it happens not that often, but often enough that it's worth talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Ooh,
other pet
other
peeves?
ones when again, this is more of an open play thing, but I was actually talking to a friend yesterday who's much better than me. And we are playing and he was like, I think we had a really successful open play. All the games were super close. And because I had commented about like how I'd never seen him serve so softly before. And he's like, yeah, we're killing it. Like the games are super close. And I think that that's like the right mentality, especially when you're paddle stacking, you have to wait in turn. Like
Right.
you should want a long and close and competitive
Oh,
game.
absolutely.
And so, like, when people target a weaker player
Oh,
in
yeah.
open play, I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, this is bad for all of us. We're all having a worse game by trying to, like, hit the person who's just learning, with harder shots."
Totally.
What about you? What's your biggest pickleball pet peeve?
Actually also don't like targeting players. I also have a hard time, I don't know about you, actually executing on targeting players because in my mind, I'm always looking for the empty spots, like the best shot selection. So if I'm like actively trying to pick a person versus a spot, it actually messes with messes with my brain. So I have a hard time doing that. And also I don't think it's like why bother when you're just playing rec? Like it's I'm not here to win. I'm just here to play. So I totally get that too. Um and then people who are just cranky when they play. I like to like get out there and laugh and trash talk and all that kind of stuff too. And some people are just so serious about the game, it just makes it not fun, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, my final one is bad line calls, and I'm when I say bad line calls, like, I play competitively, I compete in tournaments. In
Mhm.
tournaments, I'm gonna be strict on line calls, of course. But,
Yep.
like, when we're at open play and it's like, yeah, maybe it was, like, a little bit out or, like, very outside line, like, and you're calling that out, like, I don't know, I think you gotta be super confident about out balls on open play because I think it's so annoying when people call balls out where it's like, maybe,
Exactly. Yeah.
but
Or they're like,
maybe
I think it
not."
was out. Like, I think isn't the rule though. Like it's supposed to be, I know
Yeah,
it was out.
yeah, yeah, especially it's
Yes.
like we're playing outside, the shadows, like, "Did you really see that out?" I'm not sure.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I would say the out in ball is the one that comes up the most frequently on the podcast of
I
people's
bet.
pet peeves. Oh yeah. And the stories sometimes people have are really, really funny. What's the funniest thing you witnessed on the courts? Either
My
yourself or
gosh,
with somebody else?
that is that's a great question. Okay, so this is random, but, like, I have a group, that I play with sometimes, and at one point, we were just talking about birthdays, whatever, and we are like, "Wait, are we all Scorpios?" And we're all Scorpios, and I I'm not joking when I said after we said that, the game became filthy. Like, we were just, like, just all body bags. We had, like, 5 nasty Nelsons in there. It was just, like it became, like, ruthless. There was something about us realizing we're all Scorpios that we're like, "Okay, like, let's play, like, a really dirty, like, Scorpio game together."
That's so funny. Yeah. That's cool. Like, those fun memories, right? And, like, that was such a good time, I'm sure. You're all probably
Yeah.
laughing and
Oh, it was
having a
so
great time.
fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love that tip. All right, so a few wrap-up questions. What do you know now about yourself that pickleball taught you that you didn't know
Pickleball is
before?
life. Yeah, no,
Pickleball is
I think
life.
it's, like, such a good I mean, there's, like, endless lessons that I learn on a regular basis, but the more impactful one is, like, that I can learn new things as an adult and, like, master them, and that gives me confidence in everything. Like, I really when I first started pickleball, thought that hand-eye coordination was, like, innate, like, you're born with it or not born with it. And, like, through pickleball, I'm like, "Oh, actually, it's a skill like anything else that you can develop, and that I can learn new things, and there's, like, no limit to what I can learn." So I think
It
that's, for me, the most impactful.
it's so true. Even as as an older adult, right? Like you never stop learning. You don't have to
Yeah.
stop ever learning. You can change and pick up new things.
Yeah, and, like,
Yeah.
when 80-year-olds are pickling you, you're like, "Okay, like, I have a long way to go in this game, like, I can get
Mhm.
better as I get older."
Yeah. Yeah. Um has mixing dating for you, right? Like and pickleball ever gotten like complicated on the courts?
I'll say, like, look, of course, when things end and you see someone again for the first time, there's always that little, like,
Mhm.
butterflies or whatever feeling. Um, but I've had such good experiences with that actually. Like, one, I think the way you end things when you meet someone at pickleball is always better because you're always like you end things with the expectation that you'll see that person again. And when you end things with the expectation you'll see them again, you end things in like a more kind and considerate way, like kind of by default. Um, and then I think also as good as pickleball is for dating, I think it's also good for like making up after a breakup. Like you you play together and like, maybe you win or you lose, but you kind of just realize, okay, it's cool. We'll be fine. Like maybe we're not going to be best friends, but like we'll be friendly.
Yeah. And I think I actually really like that rationale too, because I think that's the way people should be across the board. I mean, you just be kind, a kind person, right? And if
Yeah,
you run into it
I've
again,
had
great.
like good experiences with it to be honest.
Good. No, it's really good. What would you say to someone who is in the place that you were in, starting over, needing community, and not sure where to go?
Go to your local pickleball court and stack your paddle. It's the
Yeah.
best way to meet people. I think, and obviously we're both very biased towards pickleball, but even if it's not pickleball, immersing yourself in a hobby or an activity that is regular and you see the same people on a regular basis, I think is key. I did a lot of research on like not only dating, but like friendships as an adult. And one of the most important factors is repeated, consistent exposure. That's like one of the most defining factors of whether or not someone goes from just like a friendly acquaintance to an actual friend.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, the proximity.
Yeah.
Have you watched, like, Mel Robbins? Like, she talks about making
Yeah,
friends
I
as an
love her.
adult.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of her 3 things that she talks about, for sure. Um, Last question, where can people find pickleball matches? So you talked about launching in other cities, as you go along,
Yes.
and even though it's open for people, so where can they find it, to take a look?
So you can go to our website, picklematch.co,
Okay.
or we're on Instagram and TikTok at PickleMatch app. and we always post our events there. We do a lot of silly pickleball content, so that's where you can find all of our latest stuff.
Annalise, you talked about like it's used as a dating app. Have you seen it being used to find friends? Kind of like like Bumble has like dating and like friends kind of thing.
Yeah, so the app itself, uh, I think the interesting thing is, like, because it's pickleball as your first date, it's a little less romantic by default, so I will say that, like, I think that I mean, just from talking to people, there's been plenty of people I know who have gone on pickleball dates and been like, "Yeah, super cool person. Like, I don't I think we're gonna be more like friends." And so I think it naturally, like, lends itself
Hmm.
to that decision happening after the pickleball date right away,
Yeah.
but people coming intentionally for, like, strictly platonic pickleball partners, less the apps, but definitely our events. Like, our events, we have people come that are taken, like, in relationships, but they just wanna meet new people playing pickleball.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think the app will grow in that dimension, but today we're kind of more marketing the romance side.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's a nice evolution for the future for sure. Because like
Totally.
you mentioned, like we talked about pretty much a lot of this time we're talking today is people just want to find community.
Yeah,
So yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and that's what a great way to find some new people to hang out with and just let's go play pickleball together and see how it goes.
Yeah,
A
and it
nice little
doesn't have
test.
to be high pressure right away.
It doesn't, right? Easy, easy. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate getting to know you, and everybody can follow you along on the social media accounts for sure. All
Thank
right,
you so much, it was really fun.
it was fun. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time when a new episode drops each Saturday. If you like this episode, be sure to leave us a like, and we'll see you out on the courts. Bye.